If you are over the age of 60, 70, or 80, and you dread the moment your head hits the pillow at night because your feet suddenly awaken with an agonizing, uncontrollable sensation, I need you to listen to me very carefully right now. You lie in bed, and it feels as though the bottom of your soles are stepping on hot, burning coals. You feel a constant, distressing pins and needles sensation, like hundreds of tiny electric shocks are firing inside your toes. Or perhaps, you suffer from the opposite medical extreme. Your feet have become completely dead, numb, and cold, making you feel as though you are walking on thick blocks of styrofoam or deep layers of cotton, completely disconnected from the floor beneath you. Most people look at this progressive numbness and tingling and dismiss it as just poor circulation or a natural sign of getting a little older. But as a physician, I am here to issue an urgent clinical warning. Peripheral neuropathy, the chronic, systematic degradation of the peripheral nerves in your lower extremities, is not something you should ever accept as a mandatory tax of aging. It is a loud, clear distress signal showing that the delicate wiring of your nervous system is actively starving, suffocating, and dying from a lack of blood flow and oxygen. When you allow peripheral neuropathy to progress untreated, it does not just stay as an uncomfortable tingling sensation. It actively destroys your balance, your mobility, and your physical freedom. Because your brain can no longer feel the ground, your automatic balance reflexes go completely offline. You start to sway unsteadily, your steps become wide and hesitant, and you are placed at an extreme risk for a sudden, catastrophic fall. Even worse, complete numbness means you can step on a sharp object, develop a deep blister, or sustain a severe skin wound without even feeling it. Left unchecked, this lack of sensory awareness leads to chronic non-healing ulcers, severe infections, and in dark clinical scenarios, unavoidable amputations. But your nerves do not have to starve. Today, under the strict clinical guidance of Dr. Arthur, we are going to change the trajectory of your health. I am going to peel back the layers of human neurobiology to reveal the exact structural reasons why your nerve endings are losing their communication lines. And more importantly, I will reveal the only 5 exercises you will ever need to relieve neuropathy in your feet and legs. These clinical-grade movements are non-invasive, require zero gym equipment, take just minutes a day, and are scientifically engineered to pump nutrient-rich blood back into your nerve channels, awaken sleeping pathways, and restore weightless, pain-free freedom to your walk. This is a comprehensive, step-by-step nerve rehabilitation masterclass. If you are ready to put out the fire in your feet, eliminate that heavy numbness, and protect your physical independence, make sure you are subscribed to Dr. Arthur. Turn on your notification bell, and let us begin this critical transformation together. To successfully eliminate the burning and tingling of neuropathy, we must first understand the fascinating, delicate anatomy of how a peripheral nerve survives inside your lower body. Your nerves are exactly like complex electrical cables that run from your spinal cord all the way down into your toes. These cables are wrapped in a highly specialized protective insulation sleeve called the myelin sheath. For a nerve to fire clear, lightning-fast electrical signals to your brain, this myelin sheath must remain completely intact, healthy, and structural sound. But nerves are living tissues, which means they require a constant supply of fresh oxygen and nutrients to survive. To achieve this, nature has wrapped every single nerve fiber in a dense, microscopic network of tiny blood vessels called the Vasa Nervorum, medically translated as the vessels of the nerves. These tiny microcapillaries are the literal life support system for your peripheral nervous network. Here is the medical crisis that accelerates after age 70, due to decades of metabolic stress, high blood sugar levels, chronic systemic inflammation, or a natural age-related decline in cardiovascular efficiency. These microscopic Vasa Nervorum blood vessels begin to narrow, clog, and harden. When these microvessels shut down, the life support system is cut off. Your peripheral nerves are instantly starved of oxygenated arterial blood. They begin to suffocate in real time. As nerve starvation takes hold, the protective myelin sheath insulation begins to fray, break down, and disintegrate. Without this insulation, the electrical currents traveling down your legs begin to leak out into the surrounding tissues. This is the exact biological explanation for your symptoms. That terrifying burning sensation, those sharp pins and needles, and those sudden random electric shocks are the literal physical sounds of your nerves misfiring and short-circuiting due to structural damage. Eventually, if the oxygen starvation continues for years, the nerve endings completely give up. They stop firing entirely, leading to that heavy, dead numbness that makes you feel as though you are walking on styrofoam. Because you are motionless for many hours of the day, the stagnant blood pools in your feet, further depriving the nerves of fresh circulation and triggering an intense flare-up of burning pain the exact moment you lie horizontal in bed. Today, we are going to manually reopen those microcapillaries. We are going to use targeted kinetic movements to act as a mechanical siphon, forcing stagnant fluid out of your lower limbs and drawing fresh, oxygen-rich arterial blood directly into the starving Vasa Nervorum. We are going to use sensory neural flossing to slide the nerves through their tissue tunnels, breaking up fibrotic restrictions and shocking the myelin sheath back into clear, synchronized communication with your brain. Now, let us systematically analyze the 5 clinical exercises you must implement to relieve neuropathy and awaken your feet. Pay close attention to the setup, the execution tempo, and the breathing mechanics for each movement. Drill 1. The Sciatic Nerve Glide Floss, clearing the neural pathway. This protocol slides the major nerve trunk of your lower body back and forth through its structural muscular tunnel, releasing trapped segments and accelerating microcirculation. The setup. Sit upright toward the front half of your sturdy chair. Keep your spine perfectly straight, shoulders rolled back. Place both feet flat on the floor, spaced hip-width apart. The execution. Lift your right leg straight out in front of you until it is parallel to the floor. Now, we perform a coordinated 2-part movement. Look up toward the ceiling with your head while simultaneously pointing your right toes straight out away from you. Next, slowly tuck your chin down toward your chest, while simultaneously pulling your right toes completely back toward your face. This dual movement allows the nerve to slide smoothly through your hip and thigh without stretching it too aggressively. Perform this alternating wave smoothly. The blueprint variables. Complete 15 fluid gliding repetitions on the right leg. Then switch to the left leg for 15 repetitions. Complete 3 full sets daily. Drill 2. The intrinsic toe-splitting matrix. Microcapillary awakening. This drill targets the lumbrical and interossei muscles of the foot, directly compressing the deep plantar microvessels to flood the starved nerve endings with fresh blood. The setup. Remain seated comfortably in your chair, with your feet resting flat on the floor or on your exercise mat. You can perform this barefoot or wearing thin socks for maximum sensory feedback. The execution. Keeping your heels glued to the floor, try to lift all 10 of your toes up toward the ceiling. Once elevated, actively spread your toes as wide apart from each other as humanly possible, trying to create physical space between every toe. Hold this maximum spread for 3 seconds. Next, smoothly lower your toes and curl them downward, gripping the floor like you are trying to pick up a towel with your feet, squeezing hard for 3 seconds. Alternate between the wide spread and the deep curl. The blueprint variables. Perform this matrix for a full 60 seconds continuously per foot. Complete 2 total sets, breathing deeply through your nose. Drill 3. Seated gastrocnemius soleus vascular pumps. This exercise uses high-repetition muscle contractions to act as a manual circulatory pump, flushing out metabolic waste and drawing fresh oxygen into the lower leg. The setup. Sit tall in your chair, knees bent at a perfect 90-degree angle, with your feet placed flat on the floor directly beneath your knees. The execution. Keeping the balls of your feet securely locked onto the ground, slowly lift both of your heels as high as possible, squeezing your calf muscles hard at the peak for 1 second. Smoothly lower your heels, Immediately shift your weight backward onto your heels and lift your toes as high as possible toward the ceiling, flexing your shins for 1 second. Keep this rocking movement continuous, fluid, and rhythmical like a metronome. The blueprint variables. Perform this non-stop rocking pump for a full 2 minutes without pausing. Complete 2 sets, twice a day. Drill 4. Standing proprioceptive plantar stamps, sensory calibration. This drill utilizes mechanical impact to shock dormant pressure receptors, mechanoreceptors, on the soles of your feet, retraining your brain's balance mapping. The setup. Stand completely upright behind the backrest of your heavy chair. Place both hands firmly on the top edge for safety. Set your feet hip-width apart. The execution. Shift your weight onto your left leg. Lift your right foot about 3 to 4 inches off the floor. Now, deliberately stamp your right foot flat down onto the floor with a firm, solid, controlled strike. It should not be painful, but it must be firm enough to create a distinct sensory vibration through your foot and ankle. The instant your foot strikes, hold it flat and focus your mind on feeling the entire surface of the floor. Lift it up and stamp again rhythmically. The blueprint variables. Perform 15 firm stamps on the right foot, then switch to the left foot for 15 stamps. Complete 3 sets per side. Drill 5. The supine ankle circulatory matrix before bed decompressor. This final drill completely eliminates gravitational resistance, allowing trapped venous pooling to drain away and stopping the night-burning sensation before you fall asleep. The setup. Lie flat on your back on your bed before sleep. Bend your right knee and pull it toward your chest, bracing the back of your thigh with both hands to keep your right foot elevated in the air. The execution. Keeping your leg completely still in space, use purely your ankle joint to draw slow, massive, deliberate circles in the air with your big toe. Go clockwise for 10 slow rotations, maximizing the range of motion to squeeze the microvessels. Then, reverse and go counterclockwise for 10 slow rotations. Lower the leg, and repeat the exact sequence with your left elevated foot. The blueprint variables. Complete 2 sets of 20 total circles on each leg right before you turn off the bedroom lights. We have now analyzed the complete, comprehensive medical blueprint to reclaim your lower body from the burning misery of peripheral neuropathy. We have uncovered the hidden biological enemy, the starvation of the Vasa Nervorum, and we have unlocked the precise clinical movements required to reopen those pathways. But as your physician, I must speak to you with absolute, unyielding candor. Nerve degradation and circulatory stagnation are completely relentless forces. They do not pause. Every single hour you spend completely motionless in a chair, gravity is actively pooling fluid down into your feet, starving your nerve endings of vital oxygen. Therefore, you must treat these 5 exercises not as an occasional routine, but as a mandatory, non-negotiable daily lifestyle prescription. Turn your resting periods into active vascular recovery time. Do not let your nerves starve for another day. I want to remind you of a beautiful biological truth. Your nervous system possesses an outstanding capacity to heal and remodel through neuroplasticity, no matter if you are 70, 80, or 90 years old. Aging does not mean you are condemned to live with burning, numb, and distorted feet. You hold the clinical tools right now to manually restore your sensation. Stop letting neuropathy shrink the boundaries of your life. Reignite your peripheral heart, clear the pathways, put out the fire in your feet, and step forward into your future with fluid, weightless freedom and complete authority over your physical health. If this comprehensive masterclass brought true value to your health journey today, please take a moment to support our channel's mission by hitting that like button. Share this vital video immediately with your spouse, your neighbors, or anyone you know who is silently suffering from the heavy pain of neuropathy. Let us build a global community of strong, independent, and resilient seniors together. Thank you for investing your valuable time with me today. I am Dr. Arthur. Protect your nerves, move with unshakable freedom, and I will see you in our next Clinical Health Blueprint video.